Let's say you want to start an online business and you've just come across some new AI or something, some new technology that you feel every business owner wants. Let's say it's an AI receptionist, or let's say it's something else like something fairly simple like database reactivation. Well, I hate to break it to you, but no business owner is going to answer a cold call and actually want to do business with somebody that has no trust established with them yet. But I have a solution. This solution is called a foot in the door offer. And if you stay to the end, I'm going to show you how you can automate the whole thing. My name's Ian Kirk, AKA Captain AI, and I just simply break down AI and technology so that anybody can use it. The reason that I do this is simply because I've been overwhelmed by how quickly everything is changing, but I want to make it simple for you. Break it down in step by step manner so that you can actually use what I teach here to start making money online. If you've been following this channel, you've seen me do a few different segments on how to source data, meaning how to find leads, how to sort those leads into like niched down lists. But today, I'm going to show you how to automate the whole process of outreach to send them an irresistible foot in the door offer, and then eventually to convert them into paying customers. Okay, and if you watched one of my past videos, you might have seen how I took a pretty well-known influencer's lead magnet, which was an access to 8 million leads that they actually scraped off of Instagram. But they'd done it a while ago. As you can see, this list was from 2022. So it's going to have a lot of bad data on it. And so what I did is I used a Google Cloud computer to narrow down the exact niche I wanted to send to. And that took a list of 8 million, reduced it down to approximately 30,000. Then I had to do something that's super important. So, of course, you probably know that there are databases like Apollo, Outscraper, LeadSwift. A lot of those are giving you data that maybe isn't the very best. And so what I did here is I took the information from a 2022 scrape and I ran it through a Google Cloud computer to actually narrow in on the niche. And then the next step was actually to verify using Million Verifier. So let me give you an outline of what I'm about to go over. I'm going to show you a recap of exactly where I got this list, how I was able to take an old list from 2022 and actually narrow it down into a specific niche that I wanted to target. Next, I'm going to show you how I actually then took that niche, verified the leads, and essentially half of them weren't good anymore. Then I took that list and I used a program called Instantly, which is an email sequencer, to actually start sending outbound messaging to them on autopilot. Then I took my dyslexic copywriting style, put it into a custom Claude prompt, and developed a sequence that I started sending out on autopilot. Now, let me show you some of the results so that you know you want to stay to the end to see exactly how I did this. All right, so I'm inside here, and just so you can see that I'm not a super experienced person at this and that anybody can do this, look at my Insta account. This is the first one and only campaign that I've run, and let's click into it. So, and you can see what a beginner I am too because of this. And let me tell you what that is. So I started sending, and I didn't do a slow ramp, but these are my stats. I've now sent about 6,600 emails. I have a reply rate of almost 3%. I have a positive reply rate of that percentage of right around almost 14%. And I have 27 people that have said, yes, I'm interested. Let's do business. That's absolutely amazing based off the fact that this is a list from 2022 that a huge influencer has been using as a lead magnet. And this list has just been hammered by people soliciting to these people. This is just proof that if you write the right copy, use the right infrastructure, and make sure they're valid emails, this works. Now, let me explain to you what this actually is. What I did here, made a mistake. I saw that I was sending right around 1,000, and then I went back into the bulk settings and I clicked the button to say slow ramp. So it went back to only sending like 200 emails out a day, and then it slowly ramped back up. And now we're back at where we were a week ago. So that's why that happened, just to show you that I'm a beginner. Okay. Now, not to get too technical here, but I did do on my first email a split test between two different copies. They're pretty much performing the same right now. I did the same thing on step 2, the second one. There, like, looks like A is about twice as good as B, and then it looks like the third step they're even as well. If this gets really off, I might turn B off and just go with this one. But other than that, this split test looks like everything is kind of performing the same to me. Now let me show you how simple this actually is. It looks like I have 2 unread messages in my Unibox here inside Instantly. It looks like it's these 2 right here. I'm going to click on one just to show you how simple this is. Now, this is Instantly AI actually making a reply back specific to what they said. They just said, send it over. So it's making a specific reply for me to send it back over. I did give it a template inside of the AI feature, which is right here in AI agents, just to give it a gist of what I wanted to send back over. But let's just reply to this one. Easy as that. And then let's go up here to the next one. Pretty much the same. You can see that this is a different signature than this one was because they're coming from different mailboxes. So it's all personalized. It's back to the owner's name because it was this name. So it's saying, hey, Rebecca. So it's all customized and it's super easy to do inside of Instantly. So let's just hit send reply. And then let me show you one in all these other replies that maybe wasn't quite the same. Okay, so here's one. This person said, hey, Jessica. And again, the mailbox that I'm sending from is from Jessica at Vent Prime VIPs, which is a domain that I bought and tied a mailbox to. If you don't know how to do that, just comment below and I'll guide you to another video to be able to point you on how to do that. So you can see here, hey, Jessica, what's this for? I know AI is a real thing here. Da, 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 da. So look at this custom response that Instantly actually made from that template I gave it originally. Pretty cool. This has already been sent. Now, I did run into a little bit of a problem because I was actually getting so many replies. At one point, I've now sent all of these links back out to people. And you're like, well, Ian, how do you know if they're actually becoming customers? Let me show you. So you probably noticed that in the first email, I did not send any type of link, and you can't send links as a first email. You have to wait till they open the door and reply with curiosity to whatever you initially sent them. Once they open that door, you can actually send a link to have them check something out. Never send a link before they reply. So here's what I've been getting. Now, remember, this campaign only started 3 weeks ago, okay? And I've gotten, as of last week, 133 clicks. There's actually been 18, 19 people that have gone ahead and gotten the free trial, and 6 people became paying customers. Now, let me show you what happened this week, just so you can see an update. Okay, so here's the update. Even though I had that little tragedy of reducing my sending volume all the way down to 200, 2 weeks in, I talked to an email expert and he's actually told me that, hey, that's actually good that you changed the sending volume. That actually looks good to other email servers that you're not just constantly always sending at the same rate. So maybe it's a blessing in disguise, but you can see that it's now increased back up to 140 clicks. There's now 20 referrals. We still only have 6 paying customers, but the week's not done yet. So I want to show you 2 things inside of this Instantly software that helped me be able to start to automate this a little bit more without requiring any effort. Also, there'll be a link in the description if you want to support me in this channel and you found this helpful. I do have a referral link for Instantly, and I'll also put a link in the description for the actual audit that I'm sending, the free audit that I'm sending to these business owners for them to see the problems of their Google rankings as well as their rankings with AI so that they know they have a problem. And that will open the door for me to start having conversations with them about other services to help them get more customers and make more money. So let me show you how simple this was just to set up the AI. I just click on this button right here, which is AI agents. I only have one inbox manager. Again, new at this. If I click on it and I go to agent configuration, I have autopilot turned off. Eventually, I will turn that on so I don't have to click the little send button. I just wanted to make sure it was writing custom emails and not just going off and hallucinating. So I kept that off. But this is the only guidance that I gave it. I just said be professional, agent's response length, be standard. I would probably be standard or concise. Don't be thorough, especially with email. Um, and then all I did in here is I just put in other guidance. I didn't do any of these other ones. I just simply put a little template in here, and that's the template that I used. And it keeps coming up with different versions of it so that nothing looks templatized or standard. Okay. Now, just a quick little segment here. I do want to show you your email accounts. You want to make sure that all of these are at 100%. If these have dropped below let's say like 98%, there is something maybe wrong with your campaign. You're getting a lot of spam clicks. Your copy is probably off. You can see Emily here, right? Well, whoever she's been sending to has probably clicked spam once or twice. So if they drop below, let's say this 98%, you want to take that domain out of circulation, put it back in a warming pool until it's back at 100%. Just a little segmented side note. And if everything I just said to you right there sounded like it was Latin and you don't know what a warming pool is, just drop a comment below. I'll see it. And I will definitely point you towards the right videos for you to understand exactly why you need a warming pool and how to use it. Now we are back inside the campaign screen. And what I want to show you is under leads right here, you can actually come over here and use filters to find which leads. And so in this case, what I'm going to do is I would click on here, lead status, come down to the ones that we're interested. Okay. Click that, and it's automatically going to sort all of these emails. And this I just did earlier. I put them into a subsequence, but I wanted to show you how to do this because you can see one, two, these last two that we just sent, they are not yet in that subsequence. So that'll give me the ability to put that there, and then what I'm going to do is click on move to subsequence. And I just, again, have one. What this subsequence is going to do is essentially just follow up with them and ask them like, hey, how did that audit look? I haven't even been doing that follow up, and I already got 6 customers. I want to increase that, so that's why I'm now putting them into a subsequence so I can follow up with them to see like, hey, how did that audit even look? Maybe one of them will be like, yeah, it looks like I got a lot of problems and I need a lot of help. Well, then I can actually step in and be like, well, if you need a lot of help, you can talk to one of my specialists, and I can actually start selling and stacking services on top of just the AI automated service that I'm provided by them, just clicking a link, yes, optimize and fix my profile. So let me show you the super simple landing page that I'm sending people to right now. It's just this super simple, free Google business profile audit with a heat map. And all they do is click right here. And then it's going to ask them to essentially log in with their actual Google business profile. And then from there, it's going to give them a super comprehensive report. So this would be an example of one where they get an optimization score of like 83%. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not great. It's going to show them an audit summary of what they actually need to improve on. And then it's going to give them an itemized list of things that they're failing at and things that they're passing at. Anything that they're failing at is something that you can help them fix. It's also going to show them how much they could probably earn if everyone in their particular market would actually be clicking on them as opposed to their competitors. So just to review, this is to help small businesses rank higher on Google. It's going to give them a heat map that looks just like this, but it's also going to give them a completely comprehensible report to show them exactly what they need to improve on. Okay, so it's also going to let you know how many people that are actually searching in your area and what the average customer actually spends at each one of those businesses. So you can see here, the estimated 140 people search for their type of business each month in their area. And it's an estimated around $300 is spent at each one of those businesses. So it actually figures out what the total market opportunity is if everyone from your community that's searching for your service was actually buying from you. So in this case, it's right around $42,000 a month for this particular niche. So this is the audit that those people that you're sending this link to actually see. And it's going to show them what they're missing out on as far as revenue by not ranking in the top three inside the Google Maps pack. So after seeing who your top competitors are, it's going to also show you any of the bad reviews that may be on your profile. Now, you can see these little buttons called let page handle this. Well, the AI software will actually handle and fix all of this. You can do it manually, or the client could do it manually, or you could offer to do it for them. Here's where the magic happens, is simply because they may not want to deal with any of this stuff and ask you to do it all for them. And you could just use AI to fix everything for them and not do it manually. It's also going to show them AI visibility. Like, they were not found at all in ChatGPT. They weren't found at all in Claude and or Gemini, Grok, or even they're 15th on Facebook, and they're number one in Perplexity. That all needs to be fixed so they can rank on all of them. One last feature is that they do send them over keyword heat maps showing them exactly where they rank for each keyword on a map. Now, this is super simple, and I want to outline two different ways that you can essentially use this. Maybe you're watching this video and you're already a business owner and you just want to use it yourself. Pretty simple. You can go ahead and use the link in the description and run it on your own business and just use the AI to essentially help optimize you. And maybe you send me a thank you note after a while saying like, yeah, I'm making $42,000 more a month because I'm ranking at the top of Google. And that way I'm getting seen by each one of the large language models that most people are actually using now to do local search. Let's say you're somebody that is building crazy N8N stuff or AI agents, and you just can't get anybody to listen to you or pay you anything. Give them this free audit. Start establishing trust. Give this away for free so that they can see all the problems that they have. Then, over a Zoom call, run one of these audits live with them, give it to them, and say, would you like me to fix this for you? You could offer them just simply fixing it by clicking the button and essentially letting the AI do it all for you and just making a margin in between. You charge them $200. You use the AI to fix it for like, if you had 10 clients, it only cost you like $10 to use the AI to fix each one of them. So it's an amazing offer for you to get your foot in the door, for you to start having conversations with people, for you to start after actually offering value, to gain trust so you can start upselling these people on more of the services you're so excited about. So if you found this at all helpful, go ahead and drop a comment, hit the like button. Let me know what you're building and trying to sell in the comments below. Let me know if you think that having a foot in the door offer, a no-brainer foot in the door offer like this that gives value first, would help you start having more conversations with more people. Let me know if you need cold outbound outreach set up on autopilot so that you get customers raising their hand and asking for lead magnets like this for help once they actually see that they have problems in their business because their competitors are outranking them. And remember, I'm Ian Kirk, Captain AI, and I'm along on this journey with you, learning and sharing so that you can actually see exactly how to implement things and not feel overwhelmed. If that sounds like it's the perfect fit for you, don't forget to click that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.